Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Blue Collar Real Estate. I'm Greg Mayo.
And I'm Ryan Herget. Greg, it is, I've noticed since we're still on Zoom and we're still at the midst of all of this craziness going on right now, that your hair is getting exceptionally long, as is mine. I've got a great starter 1993 Tim McGraw mullet going on right now. So it's about halfway there. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I noticed my hats don't fit like they used to because there's so much voluminous hair under them. But, other than that, I'm kicking it.
Some would say that's a good problem, though.
I tell you, at 50 years old, to still have a full head of hair, I guess that's a problem I'll take, right?
Going strong, going strong. So Greg and I were excited today. We were having a lot of conversations over the last, I don't know, what would you say, Greg, last month or so. And Greg and I, as you all know at this point, is we both love the construction side of, helping people with their homes. We both really, really enjoy the real estate side of helping people with homes. And we've done a lot. And that's really one of the purposes of this show, is really to try, provide a very transparent look at all the different perspectives of home ownership. Right, Greg?
Exactly. And when you and I first sort of thought of this idea back last summer, the idea was to help educate, hopefully make it somewhat entertaining, but to really talk about what goes on inside the wall, not only of a real estate transaction, but how do you renovate a home?
Exactly.
What does that look like? And we've done several shows on that, but that still remains our passion, helping people make all those right decisions and hopefully being able to help be a part of the process too, right?
Absolutely. And, just really creating some awareness of what people's options are as they go through the process of home ownership.
I just want to give a shout out to our long-term sponsor now, Stacy Mayo and the Scott Miller team at Ruoff Mortgage. You need mortgage advice, you need to refinance, you want to figure out how this whole COVID thing's affecting mortgages, give them a call. They'll be glad to help you out. Contact information in the show notes.
Another thing I would also like to add is it's normally we record this podcast, and we'll get to the point here in just a few minutes, but I feel this is an important note, is that it's 5:00 now, and we normally record this podcast what 10 o'clock in the mornings on Fridays, right, Greg?
Right.
Well, being after 5 now, I'd like to thank our unofficial sponsor, Heineken, for late afternoon beverage on a Friday. So we kind of wanted to have a conversation with everybody about what's going on, kind of what we're working towards and how we're trying to help some people moving forward. So Greg, what have we been doing this week? Let's tell the audience kind of how we've been helping people out in a little bit different way than the traditional real estate agent.
Well, let's back up for just a second.
Okay.
And kind of preface that just a little bit. As people that have been watching or listening to the show are aware, I spent a lot of years as a remodeling contractor. You spent a few years in the roofing world.
Yep.
We're both realtors now. No, wait, realtors.
With an OR capitalized.
Right. Not realtors. Anyway, so about a year ago, I went ahead and reopened with my wife and another partner, Naptown Homes, which is a construction and remodeling company. And so in the last couple of weeks, you and I have kind of decided to utilize that company, our experience and our passion to start helping some of our clients out.
Yeah. And that's really stemmed from, sometimes struggling to connect people with, contractors that have the ability to, show up on time, do things the right way. The contracting world is certainly filled with many great people that do it, but also many people that maybe struggle in the area of customer service, which I know is super, super important to both you and I. And so we want to just kind of share some of the knowledge that we've learned, me more specifically, some in the roofing industry, but Greg specifically with some of the exterior home improvements, even interior improvements, all the topics we've talked about on Blue Collar Real Estate, and go back and check out some of those other episodes. And while you're doing that, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. I like how I threw that in there.
Nice. Well played.
Right. But go ahead and check those episodes out, because that's, again, like you said a few minutes ago, Greg, the passion and purpose of this show, that we're really going to start showing some more in-depth look at what does that mean by actually doing some of these jobs. And Greg and I have helped probably, what would you say, Greg, 7 or 8 customers out in just the last handful of weeks with some of the small projects around the house and getting their house ready to sell, but also some of that, oh crap, I just moved into my house. What are the things that you have to maybe do? Like, oh crap, I just bought a brand new house and now I have to hang 28 blinds. Who the hell do I call to do that? Who's a good handyman to do that? So Greg and I have just got such a great network of people that we can connect people with. And we want to really also encourage other real estate agents, because I know we have a decent number of our audience is real estate agents, to take this on, because it's made doing business so much more fun. You don't have to be all the real estate agent to all people. You can be the real estate agent to a very cool group of people that really love the value that you can provide. And it's finding another way to do business, and quite frankly, also another income stream, right?
Right. And part of it too is, we've experienced frustration sometimes with trying to get stuff done for our clients.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of decided with our experience level that it would be easier if we just generaled the whole process ourselves.
Yeah.
And so far it's worked out great. We've helped a few customers in the past couple of weeks, like you just said. We've been bidding decks. We've got a few more bids we're doing next week. And this isn't in place of real estate, right? It's a way to really enhance the services that we're able to offer.
I think that's simply it. It's just simply finding another way to build value for the customers that you want to serve. And from a real estate agent standpoint, that really, really excites me, because it allows me to stay in front of the people that I want to, with more consistency, provide more value, and quite frankly, become known as the agent who does this. If they have a problem with their house, they call me, and I love being that that person for my audience. And it's a great path that I would really encourage any real estate agent to consider, or help any sales professional find a way that you can really serve your customer. But Greg and I really love the construction side of this, and so we're going to really be providing some more in-depth look at exactly what that means, showing our audience ways how you can actually save money. We'll make the home, the process of buying materials part of future episodes, and showing what we're doing. So that's really the purpose of this episode, was really just to kind of shed some light on the direction that we're working on, and really the people that we're trying to serve with blue collar real estate, right?
That's exactly right. And like we talked about Monday night, the word concierge came up. Mm-hmm. Which I still don't pronounce right, I think, but
I feel you when you're drinking, when you say that word, you should have your pinky out.
Yes.
Right?
Even with a bottle of water,
Right.
But it's the idea that I know a guy. Mm-hmm. Whatever you need, I know a guy.
Yep.
You need a carpet cleaner, you need a painter, you need a roofer, you need someone to walk your dog. I don't care what you need, I got a guy.
Yep.
And with a lot of the improvement stuff, we're going to be the guy. Zzz, guys. Zzz. And here's the cool thing, though, and I just kind of want to tease this out a little bit going forward to piggyback on what you said. We're going to take different areas of the house, and we're going to talk about what different levels of renovation look like.
Yep.
You and I could both walk in. You could walk into my house right now and bid me a kitchen renovation that's $10,000. You could also walk into this exact same house in the exact same kitchen and bid me a $60,000 renovation.
That's exactly it. And another important perspective that I want to really add to that is, and this is something that I know is important to both you and I, is really showing customers ways that if their ultimate goal is to sell their house. And I'm gonna pause right there real quick and share this story, because I was standing outside of a closing today, and yes, we were literally standing outside in the parking lot signing closing documents, because they wouldn't let us all go in at the same time with the COVID deal going on. So it was awkward. But nevertheless, that's what was going on. And both the seller, I was representing the buyer in this specific situation, but the seller, we're all kind of standing around in a circle, 6 foot apart, of course, ish, and just having a conversation. And both my buyer and the seller both said that the house was in its best shape the week before it went on the market. And it's like, man, that's kind of frustrating for some people. I would imagine that, man, you get your house really in its best shape and then you sell it. You get it exactly where you wanted. So maybe we can show people, how do you maybe do what you want to do to your house, a little bit more economically? What are some of the projects maybe you can take on yourself? And what are maybe some that you want to hire out, and call in the pros on? So just, our own specialized version of HGTV-ish, if you will, but both probably wearing hats.
Dude, it's funny you say that, because the HGTV thing, which I know is your gig, but last night my wife and I were talking about the things that you and I have been doing and what our direction is going forward. And she actually, that show, Love It or List It. Mm-hmm. Then what you just said just conjured that same image, that idea that we can make your house what you want it, or we can make it where it'll sell for maximum dollar, and then we can help you buy another house and make it what you want.
That's just it, because I think it's important that, real estate can be treated as a investment vehicle. And, I'm doing that right now. I just bought a house, and I would not recommend this if you want to stay married. It's best. Anyway, my wife still loves me. I'm so thankful. But yeah, I will not be redoing another house and living in it at the same time. It is not recommended for staying married. So anyway, I've made that commitment to her, but I will still be redoing houses because I just love that process. And real estate can be a great investment vehicle. We've talked about that a little bit in the past on other episodes. So again, if you want to go back and like, comment, subscribe, and ring that little bell, we would appreciate that. So, but ultimately, that's the type of perspective that I really am excited about providing as we move forward with blue collar real estate and continuing to help people with real estate, but also more importantly, sharing a full circle perspective as to how can you make this thing work for you? How can you use real estate, help you make money? Or if you need to get a renovation done because your family's growing and you don't want to move, how can we help you find something like that as well? So that's kind of our goal. So Greg, is there anything else we need to kind of talk about on this episode? But I think we really just wanted to take a few minutes here on a Friday afternoon and just kind of lay out the future of kind of what we're working on here with Blue Collar.
Yeah, I guess the way I would say this, just to kind of cap the idea, is that it doesn't really matter if you're an investor, if you're trying to upgrade your home for your own benefit, if you're trying to get it ready to sell, or if you're thinking about buying a house as a rental. Maybe you're thinking about Airbnb. Someday that'll be a thing again once the COVID thing's over. Or maybe you look at a house and you want to buy it and get it like you want it before you move in. I say all those different options, because what we're talking about, what we're going to be laying out over the next several weeks, fits all of that or any of it, right? Mm-hmm. Because the opportunities are endless. I live this stuff. I do it all day for a job. Usually in the evening after everybody's in bed, I'm kicked back in my recliner watching remodeling shows on TV. It's just what I do. And there are a lot of people out there that love it too, but they don't understand the nuts and bolts of it, the numbers, right? So I'm excited. I'm excited going forward. I'm excited to take on some new things and some new projects, and hopefully help some people learn a few things and have a great time while we're doing it.
That's the plan. That's the plan. So to wrap up another edition of Blue Collar Real Estate, I'm Ryan Herget, sitting here with Greg Mayo. We appreciate everybody's time today. Hope you guys all stay safe and have a good one.
Thanks, everybody.